That's fine. Oops. My gosh.
Oh, it says we're live.
We're
However,
alive. Oh.
it says that, but until I see it on my iPad, we ain't live.
Yep. Same.
No,
I'm
ma'am,
trying to
we're
see it
not.
on my phone.
It still says waiting for me.
Okay.
Mm. Oh, let me turn the volume down. I forgot to do. Well, I was watching a video before we came on, so I forgot to turn my volume down.
Oh.
So yeah, that's always problematic. Anyway, if you're joining us, and if it might just be you and me, girl, me and you chatting away about creepy stuff.
Oh, we've got
Hey,
Ladonna.
Madonna, girl, are you feeling better? I heard you. Yeah, I heard because you're supposed to do a set with Beth, and I heard you weren't feeling well. So I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling good, Ladonna. Yeah, y'all, my special guest, Kathy Kitchen Cat.
Hello.
Here we are. I Kathy,
Hi,
Kathy
Kathy.
Wiseman. Kathy, there we go. Oh, Monica. This is my girl, Monica. She's like, man, getting there. She's like,
What's
it's
the
not,
only way?
it's that road back from being sick. It's like it feels like it takes forever, and you just kind of don't feel right for like a couple of weeks. I mean, even a couple of weeks, you're just like, man, I still feel shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yes, I'm having my vintage news hour today with my special co-host, Kathy, the Kitchen Cat. Um, so I forgot to put her link in. I'm so dumb.
Oh,
Anyway, if you don't know her, follow the Kitchen Cat.
sorry.
Um, so we're just going to talk about, it's okay now. Don't fight me. It is technically autumn. September 1st was meteorological autumn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh.
And she's like, right. My daughter was like, oh, it's a 24-hour, but girl, 24-hour plus 2 weeks. If you our age, it's gonna just linger. It's
Yep.
like is this the thing gonna take me out? Is this what gets me in the end?
Yep. Yep. Got heart palpitation.
So I'm glad to be back. Yo, we had a summer hiatus. It is now, the nights are drawing in. We're kind of inside now, and I thought this would be perfect time, Friday the 13th, to come back. And I was excited to come back. I missed y'all. I missed y'all. I missed y'all. I really did. Let me fix this. All
It
right.
is hard to be away. I can vouch for that.
It is. I mean, I've been on lives and stuff with like Beth and Daniel. Like we do our the double D, but I like doing vintage news hours. I like talking about stuff, like ridiculous stuff that's
Right.
old. Um, and now it's going to be a little spooky ooky because we're coming to that season. Now, September 22nd, which is a Sunday, is autumn solstice. That's
Oh,
astrological or astronomical autumn. That's astronomical autumn. So autumn has officially started. It may not have started where you are. It still may be 98 degrees and 100% humidity, but just in your mind, it's autumn. You know what I mean?
we are buffering. No, we're not. Okay, I was gonna say we're
Okay.
buffering on my end, but now we're not. So
Okay. Oh,
that's me.
I hope not,
Sorry.
because I usually have a signal in here.
Phew.
I'm in the damn dead. Um,
Oh, it's
we
just
we
me.
need a location and weather check. So put in the chat, y'all, your location, where you're at. And we probably know where you're at. But just go ahead and put that in and what the weather is. Kathy, where are you? And what's the weather?
I'm in Maine, and the day's date is September 13th, and it is 80 degrees.
Oh,
So no, Maine is not cold all year long.
oh. Bree is 90s in Arizona. Okay, well,
Oh,
that's hot.
it is.
Monica's freezing. LaDonna is Omaha 83. But Monica is in Italy. So they're getting a little colder. Like it's a little cool here too in the UK. I Derbyshire, and it is probably about 60. No, it's probably about 58 right now. Kathy's in Ohio at 72 with sunshine. That's nice.
Perfect.
How is Ohio cooler than Maine?
Right? That's true.
I always have images, obviously, of New England. Y'all know I love a New Englander and New England, just like Kitchen Cat's here. Uh, oh, 90 is cool for us. It was 105 for 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a
Wow.
cold front. Yeah, that's a cold front for Pearl Bree. She's like, give me a sweater out. It's 90.
Yeah.
Priscilla is outside of Oxford. She's a fellow UK person, and it was sunny. Well, she's not UK. She lives in the UK. It was sunny. She's out. I'm outside of Oxford, and it was sunny but cool. Yeah, same, same. Um, well, welcome, y'all. Welcome, welcome back for the hiatus. School has started in most places. If you have children or grandchildren, or just have to deal with the traffic that everybody's taking their kids to school now, me. Uh, Actually, it's not so much going to work; it's coming back from work. Everybody's like, I gotta take my kid, and it's like so much traffic. And then there's not far from me is a little school by my house, like a little elementary or primary school, what they like to call it here, primary school. Um, it is it's always packed every weekday when the school's in because them children obviously can't walk. They need moms and dads to pick them up in the Range Rovers. Anyway, LaDonna, I don't want fall because that means snow and cold is around the corner. Yeah, yeah. In Omaha, imagine it. I wonder if Omaha gets colder than New England. Ooh, we should just get some data on that.
Yeah.
Because Omaha get cold. That's
Yeah.
like
I was gonna say, like when it hits 30 degrees, we start saying it's a little chilly. Might want to put a coat on, sweatshirt, something. You can still wear shorts though.
so we're gonna yeah, it's like well, you see the New Englanders and they're like in a sweatshirt, drinking a cold Dunkin' Donuts coffee and in
Yeah.
shorts. It's like 35 degrees outside. So I don't
Yeah.
when baby Faye goes to school, school's living across the street. Oh, that's good. I mean, that's great. It's good that it's close. I mean, to be fair, the primary school by my house it's around. It's in the middle of like the village, so it's and I used to live in walk. I mean, I live in walking distance now, but I used to live where when I lived in my other house, it was also still walking distance, and it was, I don't mind it, but it's like just the traffic. It's just like when you turn down my street, which is literally across the street from the school, there's like cars just lined up, and you're like, oh man.
Oh man.
But I grew up. Wait, I grew up with the school at the back of my door. Yeah, Oxford traffic is girl, Oxford traffic. Yeah, that ain't no joke. It took me an hour to get home, and I'm only 7 miles. Absolutely. And the thing about our roads is they're small, and then you can't it's not like you're going down a dual carriageway. Usually, it's just like a small road. Or like the road from my house to work, is 2 lane. That's it. You get a tractor in front of you, and I live in the countryside. So I live in Derbyshire countryside. So you get a tractor in front of you, which you will because countryside. You're like, oh, I'm gonna be here for days, and you can't really pass because the traffic's coming at you. So, yeah, there's that good side of living out in the countryside, then there's the bad side, and I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's just inconvenience for me,
right?
So I also have a special guest today. Now we're gonna talk about kind of spooky ooky. We're gonna talk about superstitions, y'all. That's what we're here to talk about. Things that are, superstition, weird superstitions, weird things. And if you know any in your area where you're located, man, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat if you got some really strange, superstitions that you grew up with or that is where you live now. It happened, like, oh, these people, the whole village does this, because it's superstition. I also have another special guest. You thought it was just Kathy, didn't you? Now, if you know me or not, if you're new here, I will disclose this to you. I don't like dolls. Dolls creep me out, like little baby dolls. And oh, look at her. She said, "Ooh, the UPS man is shorts in a tank. Girl, go check him out now. Tell us what he's like."
Observe.
I'm just gonna go make sure he's delivering packages properly.
That's right.
So I don't like dolls. I don't like baby dolls. I don't like any of that. They creep me the hell out. And people go, "Oh, isn't it cute?" Nope. Nope. It's soulless dead eyes. Do you know what I mean? Like, gonna steal my soul. I can feel it leaving my body. Oh, your lights are flickering, Bree.
Oh, geez.
Is it like, are you having a storm or
is it
I mean, you're not with the what's that energy Texas called? You're not with them, are you? Because they suck. What's it called? Oh, I can't think of it. Anyway, so anyway, I don't like dolls. Back to me not liking dolls, but I did find a friend that I want to introduce y'all to. And I was going, she's going to be in a couple of videos because she's pretty cool. She's going to help me decorate this autumn. Oh, see, I had that 105-year-old carnival doll with pics of her and her original owner. I need to listen. Oh my God. Oh no, see, I would be like locking her in a closet. No, no, ma'am. And then she'd probably have picked a lock and come out. I mean, that's just the thing. See, no. But now, I'm not a doll person. However, when I was at Harrison Antiques about a couple of weeks ago now, Kathy, it was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And I was looking in this glass case and I saw something that I said, I have to have that. It's mine. And it wasn't cheap. She weren't cheap. This is Becky. Y'all meet Becky. This is Becky. Her government name is Becky Specky Four Eyes. But we just like to call her Becky. And that's Becky. She got teethus and everything. Look at her.
I like how her lips are like, I don't know. There's a certain kind of stitch that they use.
Yeah, that she LaDonna. Oh Lord. Now, no. I know you think you need holy water and sage, but now listen, Becky is a special kind of doll and handmade. If you could tell, look at the outfit, y'all. Her little stockings.
It's like Pippi.
She even got a little petticoat. Look at her. And Becky looks like no, it doesn't look like Danielle. You're so mean. She has been and Dave, because Dave was like, "You gonna buy that?" I was like, "Hey, her, it's not that, it's her." And there was something about Becky that is not haunted. No, not Priscilla. No, she's not haunted. Now, you don't take it personally, sweetie. Okay, they don't mean nothing by it. They just not used to you yet, but they'll get used to you. And these are curtain rings.
Oh my God.
I mean, you gotta love it. But the teeth got me. It was a teeth. And I was kind of like, she got her hair did in Turkey too. Look, her hair and teeth. And I said to Dave goes to me, "Man, them teeth are real, are they?" And I was like, I don't know. So they're not real. But I mean, she good. That's Becky Specky Four Eyes. That's a Christian name. But we call her Becky. So Google turkey teeth. Oh girl, I know. A lot of people from here go because it's not that far. It's not that far to get to. So I'm gonna put Becky over here just in case y'all like, you'll get used to. She'll grow on you. Anyway, she's cute. She watches over me at night. Anyway, see, I don't mind her looking at me with her teeth, but you give me one of those little creepy 18 9-to-5 dolls that have probably seen some shit. And Becky ain't seen nothing.
I have two I could go get.
See, she's new. She's handmade.
Yeah.
New. So I am now putting all my positive energy into her. These old dolls from 1895, I've seen some horrors. So I don't need none of that in my life. Yeah. So happy Friday the 13th, y'all. Girl, the plastic animal teeth. Oh, that would have been amazing if they were animal teeth. Hey, Wigan Keegan.
I like that.
Old stuff. The only old thing on her is her eyes. They're made out of curtain rings. She maybe the yarn they made her was haunted with. I mean, I think she's amazing. Anyway,
she's wide awake.
I don't even like dolls. I'm not a doll person, but I saw her and I said she got to be mine. So anyway, welcome Wigan. So she's like, okay, girl, whatever you say.
She's the protecting force of all the other creepy dolls.
She's like, she gonna high five me. There you go. So today we're gonna talk about. So today's Friday the 13th, and a lot of people are kind of spooked by it. Think, oh God, don't bring it to Ireland. I ain't gonna bring it to Ireland. I mean, unless I get her my suitcase. She's at an AOL address doing, dang, I haven't seen that since MySpace. Talking about your email.
I'd still have MySpace too, but I liked it.
Oh my God, I don't even know how to get onto MySpace.
Me either.
I mean, I had one, but one day I just stopped using it, and then I don't know, it's there in the ether somewhere with those little HTML music things and all.
Yep. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. and all the like the flashy blink. It was called blingy or something, and there was these flashy,
Yeah,
sparkly
I loved
things.
it. I did. I mean, it was the OG, y'all.
Yeah.
It was OG. Um, so a lot of people like Friday the 13th. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people get feel funny about it. Like, I shouldn't go to work today. Oh, something bad's gonna happen. Oh my God, Friday the 13th. I went to work, and that was pretty much it. Came home. It was a good day. It was a normal day. That's because I got Becky protecting me. Anyway, so I would take it to work and freak out my coworkers. So yeah, some people do. I had one for years, and I just
Yeah.
like not long ago got a new,
It was.
new one.
It still works for me, so I just
Exactly. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
right.
it's supposedly
It's vintage.
the luckiest. What'd you say?
I said it's vintage by now, though. Hey,
I
well,
know, absolutely. You could be selling those little AOL discs.
yeah, on cereal boxes. Oh,
I mean, this is vintage news, so I mean,
yeah.
So and why is it that people think like something's going bad? Is some bad gonna happen on Friday the 13th? What's going on there? Well, the number 13 and Friday have a long history of bringing bad luck. I mean, if you believe in that. And it's a combination of the two that makes the day really bad. I don't think. I mean, I see the number like 13. I feel like it's lucky. That and 7, I feel like is lucky.
Right.
But maybe that's just me. So many think the reason the number 13 is bad luck comes from the Bible. Judas, who betrayed Jesus, is thought to have been the 13th guest to sit down to the Last Supper. I didn't even know that, and I was brought up Catholic. So we're gonna talk about Friday the 13th just a little bit. I got some crazy, and Kathy's got a story for us. She really does.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go through Friday the 13th. I'm gonna let Kathy tell her story. So Friday the 13th and paganism. We all love some paganism. Some historians suggest that Christians' distrust of Fridays has roots in the suppression of pagan religions. And women in the Middle Ages. So it's a suppression of women, of pagan religions, and women in the Middle Ages. Yeah, that tracks. In the Roman calendar, Friday was the day of Venus, the goddess of love. When the Norsemen adapted the calendar, they named Venus's day after Frigg or Freya, Norse goddess connected to love and sex. Come on, Freya. These strong female figures once threatened male-dominated Christianity, so the church vilified the day named after them. Now, I feel like that tracks. I feel like I mean, a lot of churches and stuff are built on pagan ground, especially here in the UK, obviously, because paganism was the preferred religion here before Christianity came. Right. So, and even today, it's considered unlucky to have 13 people sitting at a dinner table. I mean, let's go back to Judas and all that. And here's a weird thing. So I read the first part about how Judas, who betrayed Jesus, is thought to have been the 13th guest to sit down at the Last Supper. Right. Oh, girl, that 100%. That a child, 100%. That is what we're gonna get to, because that is true, very true. So it's so some people think that having 13, I don't even know 13 people to come to my house. I don't need 13 people in my house. Shirley, I said, I'm not feeding all y'all. What the hell?
That's bad luck right there.
It would be a potluck, and y'all better bring something if I'm having 13 people in my house. So it's so because it's considered unlucky to have 13 people at your house. People, there's a fourth chair, a 14th chair that they'll put like a stuffed animal in it just to make it the numbers. Or you can have Becky sit there. That's fine. Put Becky in that 14th chair. She'd love to have dinner with you. So, but here's the thing. In Norse mythology, which predates the Bible, correct? In Norse mythology, a dinner party of the gods was ruined by the 13th guest. The 13th guest at the Norse dinner, predating the Bible, kind of screwed things up, kind of messed things up. And do you know who that 13th guest was? Can you guess who the 13th guest was? Just pick a name out of your, like, think of all the Norse gods. Norse gods. You're like, yeah, I don't know any of them. Loki.
That's my favorite one.
Loki was the 13th guest who caused the world to be plunged into darkness. Well, thanks, Loki, because we still are. We're still here. You really screwed it up, Loki. Oh, I need to have a word. So that's funny because that obviously predates the Bible, Norse mythology, and they also use that in Christianity. Oh, Bree's like, I couldn't type. That was Loki. Loki did it. Loki wasn't no damn good. I'll tell you now. Loki would cause some trouble.
I only like him in the Marvel movies.
There's always one, you know?
Yeah.
And so some hotels, obviously, as you know, and don't have a 13th floor.
Yep, I was thinking of that. Yeah.
Right. It goes from 12 to 14. And some airlines, now I've never been on an airline where they have, I have. I'm sorry. Sure. They don't have a 13th row.
That I didn't know.
I didn't know that. Now I'm going to look now when I go on a plane, like, where's them? So it'll skip from 12 to 14. But I don't think I'm rich enough to sit where there's a number 14. So I go back in the 20s and 30s. I'm poor. I'm an economy, y'all.
I'm usually behind the wing somewhere.
I'm by the bathroom.
Yeah, which for me is just fine.
So for hundreds of years, Friday has been considered the unluckiest day of the week. And Geoffrey Chaucer's famous Canterbury Tales,
I love those. I love reading that.
Written in the 14th century, he says, on a Friday fell all this mischance. All the mischance. Yeah, several high rises don't have exactly, LaDonna. A lot of them don't have 13 floors. I mean, it's just, it goes deep. The avoidance of the number 13th goes deep. In Britain, here, Friday was once known as Hangman's Day because it was usually when people who were condemned to death would be hanged on a Friday. Norse mythology is a source of bad luck. Number 13. Yes, it's so it predates the Bible. So yes, the Norse mythology did have the number 13 as bad luck. But I think if we really looked into it, if we really dug deep, you'd probably find that the number 13 probably even goes back further to like Hinduism, which is like the first original religion. So it's deep. It's deep in a lot of traditions, a lot of belief systems. 13 is like a no-go. And again, it's deep rooted because even today, they're not putting 13 floors or, there's no 13th floor. There's clearly no 13th plane aisle. So why even skeptics can be superstitious? Now, I'm not a superstitious person.
Me too.
I don't want to step on a crack and break my mama's back and nothing like that, you see. But there's some certain girl knocking wood. You knock. Yeah. I'll talk some shit, and then I'll be like, "Ooh, don't let me." And I'll tap the wood. I'm knocking on my desk. I'm like, "What don't want to happen to me?" You know what I'm saying? Like you'd be like talk shit about somebody, then you'd be like, "Oh, let me knock wood." That is me all day long. So Jane Risen, a behavioral scientist at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business, has found that superstitions can influence even non-believers. So, yeah, it's crazy. In one 2016 study, Risen found that people who identify as superstitious and non-superstitious both believe a bad outcome is more likely when they've been jinxed. For example, they worry that stating that they definitely won't get into a car accident. For example, they worry that stating they won't definitely get into a car accident will make it more likely to happen. Well, I think it's more like what Wiegand was saying. And I think it's more observed. So I think so let me get into it. So generally speaking, finding that this Risen woman, this Risen professor, I find that it occurs because the bad outcome springs to mind and is imagined more clearly following the jinx. So people use the ease of imagining this kind of thinking maybe more widespread on Friday the 13th. Oh, and Hindu 13 is lucky. See, that's great. I had studied Hinduism. I didn't know about the number 13. And that's the thing. So I mean, I don't have I think that that is lucky. That is so much Mexican culture. Don't say, oh girl, you don't be calling when people used to say, I'm gonna call in sick and say my mama ill. No, don't do that because you're jinxing her. People, oh, I'm gonna call in and say my grandma died. Oh, grandma don't die. Yes. So yes, I just heard about that today. That number 4 was bad luck. And I think it's the way the word's pronounced. It's the word 4 in Chinese is pronounced like another word, and so they connect the two together. Yeah. Oh yeah. So even if you don't actually believe that the fact that Friday the 13th exists as a known cultural element means that that you can entertain it even though you don't believe it. And because like when otherwise unremarkable events occur on that date, we tend to notice it. Like Wiegand had said, we tend to associate, a bad thing because you're like, oh, this bad thing happened. What's the day? Friday the 13th. I knew it. That's what happened. Never mind, you may have probably did it yourself. you never mind. You probably made a poor decision.
Right. Self-fulfilling.
Never mind. Maybe you should have. Yes, the other word in Chinese is death. That's okay. Right. That's what it is. Yeah, I just heard that today on a podcast. Oddly enough. Yeah. Also, Reisen's research also suggests that performing rituals that ward off bad luck, like knocking on wood when you talking shit about something, or throwing salt. I've never thrown salt. Have you?
I have.
I've never done it. Ever. Yeah. I'm always afraid I'm going to get it on someone else.
That's the biggest superstition in Maine, actually. I looked up, but I'll say that in a minute. But that's the biggest.
Wow. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, and look, if that's what you believe, man, if that helps you through the day, if it helps you through life, who cares? Go ahead, knock on that wood, throw that salt, pick a 4-leaf clover, whatever it is you need to do to get through the day. Hell, I say do it. So, yeah, and so it also, her research also suggests that performing rituals that ward off bad luck are performed by people who aren't superstitious. I mean, aren't they though? Because I say I'm not. I'm up here knocking on wood and stuff, which is quite interesting. Yeah, that was really good. So that is a little bit about Friday the 13th. And Kathy, what do you have? What kind of interesting Maine, New Englandy, spooky or weird superstitions do you have to tell us?
So first, I want to show everybody that I'm not afraid of Friday the 13th. I'm wearing a cat, black cat. But I do knock wood. Oh shoot, I messed up my camera angle there a little bit. There we go. And I looked on a website actually that had every state's biggest superstition, and throwing salt over the left shoulder in Maine, that's the biggest one, and other states as well, but that was ours. I do it more out of just being fun, like traditions. Like, yeah, just I don't really think it's going to help my cooking. I'm just terrible at cooking anyway. And another thing is, my birthday is 13 days after today, and I was born on a Friday.
Oh.
So there's that.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, and Maine and New England is big on superstitions, especially in the maritime, because of seafaring, the danger of seafaring, and also lumbering, which also makes sense because we are mostly trees here.
Yeah.
So, let's see, where am I going? So, for superstitions and lumbering, it's bad luck to cut a tree with an owl in it. Cut down a tree with an owl in it.
But that would be rude, though.
Right. I wouldn't cut down a tree with an owl in it either. Don't cut down a tree for your threshold of your home. Don't use it. Don't cut wood from a tree that is knocked over in a storm. And we've just had a tree knocked over in a storm. What?
So let me ask you, why can't you put you can't cut a tree and use that tree for the threshold? Is that when you walk in?
Yeah, the base of the door. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you can't
Yeah.
walk over it yeah.
Right. It's bad luck, I guess. I tried to find the reasons for these things and I
Yeah,
couldn't find reasons.
a lot of them don't have reasons. They're really bizarre.
Right. Never burn wood from an apple tree. That would smell good, I would think.
I wonder. I wonder if it. I wonder if it like it lets off some kind of noxious gas. Maybe from.
Maybe. And then it's also very big. Knockwood is very big in Maine as well. And then maritime, whistling on a boat will bring you strong winds, which you just, that's my guess.
You're just asking for it now.
Right. Commenting on good weather will bring bad weather, which is kind of just, I think, a general.
I think, yeah. Well, I mean, I think also in Maine, which is kind of like, I mean, you're colder than us here, but if we say, oh, we're having a good day or a good week, the next week will be crap. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Same. Don't name a boat after your wife. I think that's kind of like not getting a tattoo within the same kind of idea.
Yeah. As soon as you get a tattoo of somebody's name, y'all gonna break up.
Yep, you're doing it. And then don't paint your boat blue, which makes sense because the water looks blue and the sky is blue.
Yeah.
But those were the big ones. Those were the big superstitions.
I mean, I see that it makes sense that it got a lot of maritime superstitions and a lot of cellular superstitions and
right.
So for the Thai people, 13 is considered so unlucky that businessmen work around the number, including using 12 a.m. That's fascinating.
Interesting.
And then absolutely interesting idea. Can the fear of Friday the 13th be translated to the fear of the number 4 in China? I don't know if they're similar. I don't know if it's just that. So, for instance, the number 3 is lucky, and a lot of superstitions around the number 3 itself. Like way back in the day in Germany, the triangle was very like good luck. And if you put a cross in each corner and a prayer in the middle of this triangle, you would put it like with your baby, your newborn, or it would bring you like keep you safe. So just the number 3 is quite an interesting number in its own. It's just even obviously because it's very big in math as well.
Right.
But so you were telling me something about a stain on a. I need to hear this so get into it.
Yes. So when Dolores and I were talking about this and she asked me to do this, I was very excited about it. And I was trying to think about Maine lore and things like that. And I was like, wasn't there a grave with a stain on it? Did we not go on a field trip there and go visit that grave? I'm 99% sure I did. If it's anywhere near York, Maine, which I'm going to have to look up, I'm pretty sure I went and saw it. So this is a story of Colonel Buck's cursed monument, which is his gravestone. And it's in Bucksport, Maine, which I'm sorry, I don't know where that is. It's not near Maine. I think it's south.
You're safe.
Yeah. So Colonel Buck was born in Woburn, Mass, and he died in Bucksport, Maine. He was the founder of Bucksport. He was a justice of the peace. He was the first in the area to develop a sawmill, a grist mill, which is grain. I didn't know that. And a general store. He was also a Revolutionary War hero. And then let's see. And so he was like well beloved in the community. And so 60 years after he passed, which was 1852, his descendants put up the gravestone. And sometime later, after the gravestone was erected, a boot-shaped stain appeared on the gravestone. And I'll show you a picture of it on the story.
A blue-shaped
boot. Like
boot.
Yeah. So I mean, logically, I think it's just mold or whatever, but water. But it's the lore. So the legend goes, Buck had sentenced a woman to death for practicing witchcraft. She may or may not have been his mistress, who may or may not have been carrying his child.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah. So they didn't say which way they took care of her, but right before that happened, she cursed Colonel Buck and said she would dance on his grave. And then this boot-shaped thing. I'm getting goosebumps, girl.
I know. It's very, oh my God.
And then from my memory, from my childhood, like the lore coming from my, Gen X, what we heard was that they tried to scrub it off and it just kept coming back, and it's still on the stone. So let me show you a picture.
I need
It's
to see it.
creepy stuff.
That's fascinating.
It is.
Hope she is dancing on his grave.
Literally, the fact that she said that. Let's see. I always have a hard time finding things. Screenshots. Here we go. Now let's see if I can get it to focus. Hold on.
Okay, that's right in the middle there. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, it. Yeah.
I'm
gonna say it looks like a woman's boot too.
Yeah, it does, but only had a heel. But there it is. There we go.
And it just appeared one day, like that was it. It was done.
Yep. It just all of a sudden appeared, and and everybody remembered that curse. So, yeah,
that's what you get for hanging people.
Yeah.
That's what you get for hanging women that you were your mistress, and then you couldn't get rid of her, and then you just thought she's gonna witch. Okay, I got you, Colonel. Buckport is in Hancock County, across from the
Penobscot
River. Okay.
I need to look at a map still. Like I'm so my county focused.
She's like, I know where I live.
I gotta look now. I gotta look.
So that is fascinating. And then we were talking about something one day about gravestones, and I can't remember. Hey, Angela, thanks for stopping by. We were talking about gravestones when they're graves, and we were saying like they didn't put something on the graves, or they didn't do something in the graves because of they were afraid that people would get the plague, and I can't remember what it was.
Oh,
you remember that? We had this conversation.
Yes.
There's something to do with that they wouldn't do something on the grave because back then they thought that you could get the plague because people were buried with the plague.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was now. Something about, but I've seen some very old, like in Scotland, I've seen some very old grave. Now we're talking about gravestones. Good Lord, we just went off on a tangent. Oh. And a lot of the old gravestones in this one particular cemetery at Auchtermuchty, they only have skull and crossbones. There's nothing else on the grave. Hey, Amanda might be able to tell me. Amanda, thanks for coming. When I was in Auchtermuchty, which is in Scotland, they had this old graveyard, and on the headstone, on quite a few headstones, it was only skull and crossbones. No name. Maybe, I don't know why. It was just skull and crossbones. They were old. They were like 13 something. They were old. And I don't know why it was just skull and crossbones. That's curious. I'm going to have to look that up. And it's strange. You think they were all oh, maybe. Auchtermuchty's not by the sea. Auchtermuchty is like inland. But maybe they were pirates too. I mean, it's not far. It's not too far from Dundee, which is, I think it's on the coast. Dundee's on the coast. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe they were all pirates. Right. Or maybe they just did it because maybe they died of maybe they did it because they died of disease. And it's like, don't open this. Oh, that's what it said. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, do not open this grave. That's what it said.
Yeah. And it was creepy, but yeah.
Yeah, it's creepy that it says do not enter and never open this grave. And that was because of the plague.
Yes.
If you're gonna dig up bodies, don't dig up this one. Because people would do that, dig up bodies and then sell them to the medical schools. Yeah. So
I briefly worked at a cemetery. It was just one November. I worked at a cemetery making the baskets that they put on the gravestones. Mm-hmm. And the gentlemen that were the grave diggers had to get a ton of vaccinations. So you can still, even now, if you're a grave digger, but I know a couple people who have actually had that job, and
so they didn't dig it up, maybe. Yeah. I wonder if that's what it was, because I was like, I mean, if it was by the coast, I could see that. I'm there, Dundee, Illinois. I'm talking to OG Dundee.
Bucksport's up by Bangor. That's north of me, not south.
Oh, okay. So, wow. So, okay.
Yeah.
So I've got some unusual superstitions that I Googled. Not it's from the History Channel, so that makes it legit. and if you, like I said, if you know any superstitions that you've had growing up, put them in the chat because I would love to see what different people have or what different people did. So these are unusual superstitions. I know you have like superstitions like, oh, black cat, and like don't step on a crack, and don't walk under a ladder. She was in Dundee yesterday. Oh, girl, I love Octomukti. It's so cool. It's such a cute little. It's not very big. It's a small. You'll blink and you'll miss it, but it's a sweet little town. Not even a town. It's a village. I don't even think it's a village. I think it's just like a spot in the road with a sign. It's that small. Beautiful though. So, and you get your like traditional don't walk under ladder, black cat, well, all those kind of superstitions. And I don't even understand why a black cat. Oh, because they're the witches familiars.
Yeah. Black cats are awesome.
Yeah, I'm a grave digger. Everyone's
They even made jokes when I worked with them. I'm like, great. They knew.
So these are unusual superstitions from around the world. Now, this is this? I don't remember the Netherlands or somewhere. Not to sing at the dinner table. You're not supposed to sing at the dinner table. I've never. One of them I heard of, and I'll tell you that in a minute. It's bad luck to sing at the dinner table. One, because no one wants to hear you sing if you're crap, and two, it can conjure up evil spirits. And that's why I got Becky though. Becky not gonna let no one get me.
That's knock wood.
Yeah, knock wood. Has a deep history of digging up. Yes, absolutely. Those are two guys. Oh, what they do? We will do. That will be a. Yeah, they just to sell to the medical schools. Mm-hmm. There's two guys that did that, but then they ended up killing people to give the bodies to the.
Oh my goodness! That's like a movie.
We're gonna have to do that story. That's gonna be good. Here's another weird one. Now this is a superstition in Japan, Korea, India, and Turkey. Don't cut your nails at night. After 5 p.m. as a nail cut and cut off right there. That's it. Don't do it. And for one of them is because that this was the weirdest thing, that if you do, the rats could eat them and then turn into a monster that could, is your like the monster would look like you, but a monster. I'm like, oh, why you got rats? What's going on? That was I know. Yeah. Rats really anything, including nails. It's all. Yeah. So also don't cut your nails at night because it's dark and you probably cut your finger off. So probably don't do that.
That's true.
Whistling is bad luck. Much like you said earlier on the Maritime, if you whistle, it brings in the winds. So this is whistling is bad luck. This is Estonia. It brings bad luck and can cause a fire. Whistling can. Smell the fresh cuts. Thank God. Yeah, so I put an image there. It's in my mind now. Yeah, whistling is bad luck in Estonia because it can cause a fire. And it was also that you're whistling and you're like whistling to the like demons, I guess, as well. So it's two things. It can cause fire. I don't know how whistling is going to cause a fire, but yeah. And also you're whistling and you're like kind of like to the spirits, come on now, come on in. There's 13 of us at the dinner table. You want to be number 14? Yeah. But I hope you brought something because I'm not feeding all you people. Potluck. Did you bring a Jello mold with some fruit or meat in it? Because I'm not feeding all of y'all.
Oh, those are so gross.
Here's another one. Japan. Your thumb should be tucked in if you're at a funeral or a cemetery to protect your parents from death. Huh. Because the word thumb sounds, I think, it sounds like another word in Japanese, which is, I believe, death. So when you're at a funeral, or you're not doing this, at the funeral. No one does that anyway at the funeral. So glad that person died.
Put your thumbs away.
Ooh, bad, yeah. So tuck your thumbs in if you're at the funeral. or at a cemetery. Okay. That's kind of like step on a crack and break your mama's back. It's feel like one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so skull and crossbones at Scottish cemeteries is a reminder of the fleeting nature of life, that death is inevitable. Memento mori. Oh, girl, that is cool. Yes, that is. Oh, wow, it's fascinating. I love that. Yes, the life is fleeting. Memento mori. We are educated, but you are. You are. You're an educated person. We're just here for the ride.
We're catching information as we go.
Will we retain it? Probably not, because we're old.
No.
But girl, see, depending on who it was, I'll be like, damn time. No, where's my inheritance? No. Let me knock on wood, okay? Knock on some wood. Here's one from the Philippines. Don't wear red during a storm. It increases your chance of being struck by lightning. It makes you a target. Apparently, lightning likes the color red, as like bulls do.
And hummingbirds.
And hummingbird. If you wear red, you'll get hit by lightning, attacked by a hummingbird or a bull. I'm just saying, red during a storm is a no-no. So from the Middle Ages, yeah, these headstones that I saw in Octomocton were old. I mean, old.
Yeah, a lot of our old cemeteries have the skull and crossbones because again,
now you know. The more you know, it's like a little rainbow. Now this one I've heard of. This one was interesting to me because actually someone I work with who is originally from the Philippines. I work with a lovely girl called Elle. She's wonderful. She's a coworker. And we were talking about this one time, and I was like, "Oh yeah." It was one time when it was hot, and I said, "Oh girl, I got all the fans going in my room." And she said, "You do what now? At night while you're asleep?" I said, "Yeah, I got it blowing on me, like yeah." She said, "Oh no, that's bad luck." And I was like, "Why?" So apparently, it's also a thing in South Korea. Don't sleep in a closed room with a fan on. I would die. I have to.
Same.
The belief of sleeping in a room with a fan on and the door closed will leave you dead by morning. I said, I've been doing it since I was a kid. I'm good, knock wood. I'm good. I mean, and so part of the reason is something about, so these are like old electric fans. But I am forever bad luck because I always have, midwinter, I have a fan on, okay? I run hot. So apparently something about the blades chop up the oxygen.
You can only breathe it in chunks, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I'm choking on a bit of oxygen. Hang on. It wasn't cut up properly.
I'm just picturing like brownies. I don't know why.
Oh, girl, you can make fun of the AOL address. We all did. No.
No.
She's not that sensitive. Sorry. She's fine. We all take the piss. Look, we're all here for a good laugh. Good. We're all pretty cool. You're fine, Regan. You're cool. But here's the thing. Now, this picked up speed. This whole don't put a fan on while you sleep at night gained a lot of speed in the 1970s when the government promoted the anti-fan propaganda to reduce people using electric fans during the energy crisis. So they would have commercials or the news people come on, don't turn your fan on. You know what's going to happen. You're going to be cool. Don't do it.
You might be relieved from the heat.
But because it really took up a lot of steam in the 70s because they had a serious energy crisis in South Korea, and that it would be on TV commercials. Don't use electric, the fans because you're gonna die. But it was basically because of the energy crisis. Every 12 years, you're supposed to wear red, even your underwear, for good luck. Chinese beliefs, and that's me. This year, maybe since you get some red gear, ASA, get some red draws. Get some red draws.
I don't think I have any red pants.
We always tease AOL people. Some bits of my brain work different. That's That stuff is fun. Oh yeah, no, I mean, child, we are. We'll take the piss out of each other. We'll rip the shit out of each other. But I mean, it's a laugh. We don't take it seriously.
Yeah, no.
So here's the other. So that was the don't. I'd heard that one before, but this one was new to me. Don't chew gum at night. Turkey. This is in Turkey. Why? You say? At night, chewing gum. At night, the gum that you were chewing turns to human flesh.
Oh man.
There's no, I don't know the origin. There's no, I looked and looked and looked, cannot find the origin of why, because gum can't be that old. I mean, you know what I mean? Like gum itself, the actual gum, Wrigley's, Double Man, whatever, Juicy Fruit, it ain't that, can't be that old, you know? So it turns into human flesh. Now, I think this was propaganda by the mint companies. You see, Tic Tac was like, too many people are chewing gum. I'm going to need a Tic Tac sales to go back up. So we're going to start this rumor.
Certs was not happy.
Certs. Oh my God. Do they even still make Certs?
I don't think so. Somebody just posted that on my Facebook. I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot about Certs.
Oh, I used to love Certs.
Me too.
You always had that random Cert in the bottom of your handbag that was there for years.
Yes. And it freshened up your handbag. It smelled nice.
She said, no gum for me any time of the day. Yeah.
It turns
I'm telling you, I'm going to say that Tic Tac companies. Certs are still available. Oh, I'm going to look for them now.
Me too.
So Certs, see, this is why Certs fell off the grid, because they were making up rumors about gum being flesh. Okay, Certs, we got your number. You know, so weird. I mean, weird as hell. I was like, do what now?
It turns flesh color, usually.
Well, why? Yeah, I mean, depends on your flesh color, I guess.
Not flesh.
Right, sure.
How many people left gum on their bedpost overnight? Like the song.
Yeah, just put it there, then chew it in the morning. You'll be fine. Your bedpost. Here's another one. This is from Iceland. Knitting outside, so knitting outside can prolong winter. In fact, knitting on your stoop of your own house is forbidden. You can knit inside your house. You take it outside, you just prolong winter by 6 weeks. It's kind of like, did old Mrs. Larson knit outside? If she did, that's only 6 weeks of winter. If she was inside, we're good.
That's like Groundhog's Day.
Yes, exactly. It's Iceland's version of Groundhog.
I wonder if it was like tempting fate, going, I'm prepared for the coldness, and coldness is like, oh, I'm going to stick around.
That's what that's kind of what it said when I'm like, first of all, who's outside in Iceland knitting?
Ice fishing and knitting.
Let me sit on my stoop and just knit. I mean, it's cold as hell. Really, am I knitting and wearing it? I don't know. Here's one from Spain. Eat 12 grapes on New Year's Eve for good luck. Now, you think, oh, I have all day to eat 12 grapes. Oh, no. 1 per second for the 12 seconds before New Year's strikes.
That's not small.
Look, I guess if you can eat 12 grapes in 12 seconds, you're doing good. Here's a good luck. If you don't choke on it and die, good luck. That's great luck.
That's probably that's good luck. You tempted fate. You went past it.
12 grapes in 12 seconds. I mean, but you have to do them one at a time. You can't put 12 grapes in your mouth. 1 second is a grape. 2 seconds. The second, number 3 second. Number 4 second. Number 5. Yeah, I don't work like that. Never mind. I'm gonna stick with like black eyed peas. You know what I'm saying? That's a cabbage. Some ham. That's what I'm gonna do. Now this one, apparently, this one I've never heard this is both a superstition in both Britain and North America. Now I've lived in both places. I never heard this. All right, girl. Oh, what was that? You see balloons? Bye, Angela. See you later. How did I do that?
It's for my birthday in a week.
Oh, I did that. I did that. I lived in both places.
Huh.
Well, now I won't do it. I've lived in both Britain and North America, and I've never heard this. So here it is. Now, pay attention because there's a lot of it. Saying rabbit, rabbit. Oh, I waved. Oh, did I wave? Okay, hey, wave again. It's not going to do it now. I remember I could do all that stuff, but I forgot how to do half of it. Saying the word rabbit, rabbit, on that being the first word of the day on the first day of the month. So let's say September 1st, you should have woke up and said the words rabbit, rabbit. First thing out your mouth.
Rabbit, rabbit.
If you speak these words on the first day, as soon as you get up in the morning, you will have good luck for the next 30 days. Now, let's say you woke up late. Your first word was shit, I'm late. And it wasn't rabbit, rabbit. And you missed it. Then you can say tabber, tabber as your last words at the end of the day. That's rabbit backwards, y'all. And still have luck for the next 30 days. Never once have I heard this whilst living in the United States or whilst living in England. Never heard that. And you're like, well, why say rabbit, rabbit? Well, why the word rabbit? Because rabbits are seen as symbols of good luck and fertility and all the lovely little fluffy things. And there you go. So my last one is really interesting. No playing with yo-yos, Syria. Don't play with the yo-yos in Syria. And this is the Syria in the 1930s. Okay, let's get it clear. Syria was experiencing extreme weather, hot drought, and harsh cold winters, which wreaked havoc on the cattle. Okay, so the cattle was struggling with the hot weather, and the religious leaders were praying for rain. And at the time, yo-yos became quite popular in the 1930s in Syria. So the religious leaders thought, well, the up and down motions of a yo-yo, and they go up and down, are counteracting our prayers to rain. I don't know. So these leaders then informed the prime minister of Syria at the time, who immediately sent the police out to confiscate any and all yo-yos. Now, I don't know if yo-yos are still banned in Syria. I have no idea, but I feel like it's the yo-yo's fault. Sure. I mean, you gotta blame something. This is 1930s, so I don't know if there's still yo-yos are still banned. I have no idea. But that was quite interesting. And y'all, that is today's episode. Superstitions, y'all. Love them, hate them, believe them not, but all know you're gonna knock wood. You're not gonna walk under a ladder. You're not gonna cross a black cat. You're not gonna step on a crack and bake a mama's back. All the things. Huh?
Open an umbrella inside. I do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah.
I do that.
That's because I don't even know why that's a thing. We'll have to Google that too. Anyway, thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate you coming in. We will be back. I will be back in 2 weeks. I mean, Kitchen Cat, you're always welcome to join me if you want. Anytime you want to come on, you want to come next. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something. It'll be old and vintage. And also, guys, want to say Sunday, September 15th, if you survived Friday the 13th, and if you're still around on September the 15th, I'm having a live sale with Beth on her channel, Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties, and that is an autumn sale. Thanks, LaDonna. Thanks, Bree. That's an autumn sale, Sunday the 15th at 1 p.m. Central Time. 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and 7 p.m. British Summer Time. You guys take care. Thanks for popping by, and we will see you next time. Take care. Bye.